We are going to have a smashing day, aren't we, ladies? Yay!
Because it's a Gold Coast donation to enter, we haven't sold tickets. We don't know for sure, is anyone coming? Who's coming?
I'm like, please come. Who wants to have a nap? Me! G'day and welcome back to QLD Cosplay, and this is another episode of I Tried, the series in which I do new things that I've never done before, which has to do with costuming or cosplay or sewing. And if you watched my last video, then you will know that I am preparing for the first cosplay market to be here in Perth. But wait, what is the cosplay market?
So the cosplay market was started by Pipachuuuuu and I in Brisbane, and it's a place where people can come as vendors and they can sell their secondhand cosplays, wigs, materials, bits and bobs and merchandise like figures and things like that at a discounted price for people because they're secondhand, and people can come in and attend the market and buy these items for a reduced price. And we're increasing sustainability because things aren't just sitting in houses going into landfill, they're getting passed on to someone else who would really enjoy it.
So this cosplay market is something that I'm very excited about because it is the first time that Perth is getting something like this, and it has been so interesting and so much fun to be able to be the boots on the ground and the main organizer here for the first Perth cosplay market. Now, I do want to say that this is not my concept or anything like that, because the cosplay market is actually a fantastic organization that has been built up from the ground up by Nix Cosplay and Pipachuuuuu. And I love those two so very much. They're so wonderful and just fantastic cosplayers, fantastic human beings. And in fact, Nix Cosplay, as we speak, is on a plane flying to Perth. She was meant to arrive last night, but unfortunately her plane was cancelled. So she has been going from Brisbane to Sydney and then flying from Sydney to Perth. So she, poor love, is flying all day today, and she is feeling not so great about it because she was meant to be here to help me set up. But I have the wonderful Terry with me, and so we are actually going to go and set up the entire room for the cosplay market, as in putting out all the tables and everything. And I thought that you guys would like to come and see that. So that's what we're gonna do, okay. Now the cosplay market is something that I have been working on, and it's been a passion project of mine for the last couple of months, and I've been like dreaming of it for years. So like, I feel very honored that Nix and Pippa allowed me to take their baby and go, hey, can I please run this in Perth? Like, please, 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 please. And they said yes. And I was super pleased that Nix wanted to come along as well and, you know, actually be part of it as well. So like, she's been such amazing help, and obviously this is her baby, so like, I was like, what do you want me to do? Anything in particular? Please let me know. Like, I want to make sure that your brand is perfect and represented how you want it to be represented over here in Perth. So it's really cool that she's coming over, and it'll be great to see her again. So happy days. She is going to be staying with us. There's been a lot of things that have happened last minute that have like put some spanners into the works, but because Nix and I have worked so hard to ensure that everything went out and was done in an orderly manner, like everything's fine. Like the vendors are all paid, they're all locked in. I've got a floor map all kind of drawn up with what they need and what they want, and like who they want to sit next to if they do want to sit next to someone. Like, I've tried to accommodate as much as possible. I also have all of the cosplay comp entries. We actually had 10 entries and 9 were successful. Unfortunately, one was super cute, but was cosplaying like a toy axolotl, which was really cute. But I was like, oh, I kind of think that this cosplay competition is for like people of human origin wearing cosplay. And they were like, that's completely understandable, that's fine. But so we've got 9 entries, we've still got some sign-ups as well. So I'm very excited about that. We've got the MC, the judges all organized. We've got shirts printed for the volunteers, Nix and I. Everything should be fine. touch wood. Like, I've tried to think up everything that could possibly go wrong and try to counter it. We are going to do testing the Square facility out at Settlers today, Terry and I. I've got cash from the bank. I'm filled up my car with half of the stuff that is going to be at the booth that Terry will be manning, and all the donations are going to go to Karakin, the Black Cockatoo Conservation Centre, which is where all the donations of the entry, like the entry fees, will be going as well. So yes, cool. It's all right. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Let's go and let's show you the space. And let's start setting up for tomorrow's big event. I'm very excited. So we've just arrived at the Swan Settlers Markets. This is the room before Terry and I set it all up. It looks like a nice big open space, doesn't it? It will feel crowded tomorrow, but I'm excited. So we've got a fair amount of the desks already set up, which is awesome. And we've got a few extra over there, spare, and then we've got one more behind us. So we've got our little map that I've drawn up. So now Terry and I are going to move all the desks to roughly where they need to be. I'll show you when it's done. And now it's all set up. So here we go. All the tables are out. So we've got the big long table over here with Terry. This is where he's going to be pretty much all day tomorrow. He's so excited. And we've got all the different tables. You can see the masking tape on the ground, which will denote where different clothes racks are going, because some people are bringing clothes racks to hang their secondhand cosplays. I think it's cool. It's a good layout. I think that we've got about the right amount of kind of people and space, so it doesn't feel too cluttered. And it gives us a little bit of a breathing room as well. So the next thing that we have to do is Terry and I are going to bring in everything that I brought today from my car, so that we can start kind of half setting up the booth that Terry is going to be looking after tomorrow, and I'm going to be hovering around. And hopefully we can raise a whole lot of money for the Black Cockatoo Rescue. Terry and I just set up the stall. We still have 2 boxes of fabric at home and patterns, and we added an extra table. This is what we've got. This is our table. We have so much fabric and everything. I knew that this was going to be the case. I knew it in my heart. And we're going to have 2 more boxes of fabric as well, that hopefully we'll be able to be refreshing through as items are selling, hopefully. If not, like, we'll be pulling some of the bits throughout the day and putting different stock in. That space over there is for the patterns. I don't even know if that's big enough for the patterns. And then down here we're going to have the scrap bins that people can sort through. So it still gives this seller, which is Sammy, enough space. Yeah, we're taking up a decent amount of the space, which I feel a bit guilty for, but also, like, all of the money being raised from this table is going to the charity. I guess I shouldn't feel guilty about that, but yay. Okay, so we're done here. So Terry and I are gonna grab some lunch, and then we're gonna go pick up Nix from the airport. Good morning. So it is the day of the market. Finally, it's here. My goodness me. I am so excited. We have packed the car last night with the last lot of stuff. Picked up Nix. Nix is here with us. I'll introduce you to her very shortly. But we are actually running against the clock at the moment. So I need to put the last little tin of stuff into the car, and we need to head off to get to the Swan Settlers Markets. And then I will fill you guys in as we start letting in the vendors and obviously seeing the other volunteers. Here we are, we're at the Cosplay Market just before setup all happens. Here's Nix. Say hello, Nix. So Nix is obviously staying with us and is the founder of the Cosplay Market. we will touch base later and you can give us a full rundown of how the Cosplay Market was came to be. But are you excited?
I'm so excited.
The first Perth Cosplay Market.
First time out of Brisbane.
First time out of Brisbane, it's exciting. So hopefully we're going to have a good turnout, and we're going to wait until we have the other volunteers, and then we'll get a quick photo, I think, of all of us in our t-shirts.
You know, excellent shirts. Yeah.
Yes, very nice. That Play by Proxy made for us, so yay. So we have our volunteer amazing team over here. We've got Ali Naito, we've got Little Pawsy, and of course we've got Nix, who's not a volunteer, she's the founder, but she's here against her will. So yes, we are going to have a smashing day, aren't we, ladies? Yay! 20 minutes till opening. Pretty much everyone's here but one vendor. So it's looking good. So everyone is here now. We are about 8 minutes until opening, and it is feeling very full, very exciting. Nix, how are you feeling?
Good, I'm excited. All the stores look amazing. We have a great range of stuff, and I'm so keen.
I know. It's going to be a good day. Here we go. We've just opened up the doors. Got people coming in. So we're about an hour, a little bit over an hour in, and it has been going really, really well. Lots of people have come. A lot of people are buying and looking, and you know, we're trying to get as much of the fabric that we brought out, which is, you know, what I really, really want to do, because I don't want to take this all home with us. But no, it's been great, and there's been such a wonderful community feeling so far. You know, it's just a very happy, positive vibe, and I'm loving it. It's going good. So Nix, we are about just under 2 hours into the market.
Yeah.
Things are still pumping.
Oh, definitely.
We probably had about 100, 150 people through so far, I would say.
Yeah, I can't wait to count the points at the end of the day.
I know.
For sure.
I know, right?
It's really fun.
It'll be good fun.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling about how things have turned out at the first Perth Cosplay Market?
I'm feeling so good. We were talking this morning, like, because it's a gold coin donation to enter, we haven't sold tickets. Yeah. We don't know for sure, is anyone coming? Who's coming?
I'm like, please come.
And you feel like it'll be good. But yeah, people have really shown up, and that's really fantastic to see. People, like the vendors and the attendees are both saying it's been really great. So
yeah, it's been
so happy.
I'm happy too. Alright, so we are going to start the cosplay competition very shortly. So that will go and line up everyone and then prejudge and all of that stuff. So happy days! Cosplay contestants are lining up and getting prejudged by the judges. Look at them all! Yeah!
That does come down to one thing. You've all got a very important job today throughout the show today. You're going to need a chair. So we have the wonderful Rivera.
Woo!
There you go. Look at it. As well as we've got Scott from Animaniacs. That's right. And of course, please give a round of applause for our lovely guy, Pawsy. Excellent. Guys, a big thank you again for coming down here to Cosplay Market. This event is proudly sponsored by the wonderful Play by Proxy. They sorted out some runner-up prizes for the cosplay competition, but we do have a major prize sponsor. It is Pixel Expo. They've given a double pass to the winner of today's cosplay competition.
Look at these two cuties about to go on stage. So nervous, I love it.
was very difficult. You all made it really difficult because each one of you came and brought something that was really interesting or really innovative, and we all enjoyed everyone's cosplays today. So well done, everyone. We just wanted to say that. And without further ado, third prize goes to Miku. All of the beading was hand done, all of the costumes handmade, even the hair pieces. We've got 3D printing in there, hand sewing, we've got colouring in the beads to get all the right colours and everything, so well done.
Woo! Great, thank you so much. So now we're announcing second prize. So second prize is for someone who put a lot of work into using a lot of different materials and techniques. There's a lot of layering going on, but without having too much bulkiness. So without further ado, second prize is going to Shadow's Mask with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, so first place, we picked these people, either, because they did everything from scratch, all the pattern making. There was a lot of small details, a lot of time and effort put into it. And without further ado, it goes to Four and Row.
Woo!
Folks, another big round of applause for our fantastic judges.
Woo!
And all of our contestants, big round of applause. And our winners today, phenomenal. That does bring us close to today's cosplay competition.
Cosplay competition is now done and it was really, really good. Great entries, fantastic guide. The judges were fabulous as well. So now we're back for the last part of the market until 4. So it's about 2 o'clock now, I think. So we've got 2 more hours. We almost have got all of the fabric onto the tables, because we've sold enough to be able to put fabric on the tables. I want more gone. I want it gone. I want it gone. But it's going really well, and it's still really steady in terms of how many people are in the market and how many people are still coming through. So we're just having a chat. This lovely Miku who came third in the competition. She rocked it. Woo! So, you enjoying the event today?
Yes, I love it. I absolutely love the idea of reuse within cosplay and sharing old cosplays, reusing them multiple times. I think it's really important, and learning a new skill, learning new crafts. There's so many things that you can learn within cosplay, like 3D printing and foam work and woodblock, so many things.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming today and bringing some cheer, because it's really, I'm so glad that you and other people are enjoying it. That's why we've put so much time and effort to bring this to life. So thank you so much for coming. It is 2:45 at the moment, so we've got about an hour and 15 minutes left. And it is starting to quieten down a fair amount, which is absolutely fine. We kind of expected that this was going to be the case, but it's all ticking along. We have raised so much money for Karakan Black Cockatoo Conservation Centre. It's amazing. I am really looking forward tonight to go home, count the coins, the money. We're keeping the coins separate for the entry at the moment, so that we have a bit of an idea of how many people actually came through the doors. So that's super cool, but it looks like it's a fair amount, so yay. Alright volunteers, we have 1 hour left. How are we feeling? Hey! Who wants to have a nap? Me! But you guys have been so good and so amazing today. Could not have done it without you guys. Team awesome. Thank you so much. Amazing. Mwah, 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 mwah. So, we are done! Yay! The Cosplay Market, the first of its kind in Perth, is all finished. It was a huge success. We had lots of fantastic responses, and when I said to everyone, hey, all the vendors, come take what you want from the table, they were like scavengers and emptied a lot of the table. So I'm very happy about that. So happy days. we're just gonna do the last lot of the packing and taking away, and then we'll do the final wrap up at home, Nix and I. Thank you so much, Aoi, Naito and Pawsy, for all of your work today. You guys were amazing. It is the next day and we are well rested from the event.
Yes.
Because it was an event. It was crazy. I felt like it went really well. What did you think?
It went really well. I'm so impressed with the range of stalls and the people who showed up. I'm really happy.
Yeah. So when we got home last night, we decided to kind of count the coins and estimate how many people actually came through. And what we kind of figured after we counted all the individual coins and then also kind of accounted for it, the like little FPOS goodness and like the few cashies that we had as well, like notes, we estimate that there was over 270 people who came to this event. Yeah, which is amazing. It's so good. Like for the first time like I was like, please let there be at least 100 people. Yeah. Like that was I was like, please let there be at least 100 people that come through.
Yeah, and we smashed it.
We smashed it. We probably, you know, I would say we probably were closer to 300 people. But we'll say
she's pushing it.
I'm pushing it. But we're gonna say 270 plus. The plus, you know, is our point. But I'll say 270 plus. And we ended up raising about $940 for Karakan Black Cockatoo Conservation Centre, which I'm so happy with. Yeah. Like, it is amazing that we were able to raise that much money for such an amazing organisation that looks after the wildlife here in WA. But yeah, like those were outstanding. Yeah. And I mean, the vendors as well seemed really happy.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So lots of full shopping bags leaving the market, which is exactly what you want to see.
Exactly right. You know, when speaking to the vendors, all of them made back their table, which is always like, for me, I'm like, please make back your table. You know, and there were the vendors who had lesser things that they were wanting to get, you know, to sell on or get rid of, because we had some vendors who were like, this box, everything in it is free. Please take it.
I'm not brushing this wig.
Yeah, I'm not brushing this wig. Please take it. But like their whole thing was, I just want to get it out of my house. Yeah. So, you know, I think that they achieved that. Yeah. But we also spoke to other vendors who literally made so much money. Like, they recouped a whole lot of the costs that they had spent on these bits and pieces, that they were so happy and elated that, number one, it was out of their house. Yes. And number two, that they had now money that they could spend on other things. Yeah. So,
more fabric.
More fabric. So it was good in that regard.
Yeah.
So Terry was an absolute champion and basically held down the fort at our 4-table stall.
King of the square reader.
King of the square reader.
To get it to work.
He was the only one on his phone who could get the square reader to work with his phone, and for some reason none of our phones would allow us to do the card tap pay thing with Square. Like, even when we connected to the Wi-Fi, everything, it was just not working. Yeah. So Terry was doing all of the Square payments for like the door entries for those who didn't have cash, and for anyone who's wanting to pay at the table. And honestly, he was a champion. Yeah. We did really good sales at the booth. I think about $500 of the, like, of the, what is the word I'm trying to say here?
Of the donation? Of the donation amount? Yeah.
Thank you, the donation amount. About $500 of that, I think, or a little bit more, was, you know, that. So that's awesome, you know, and the really good thing is that we came home with very little stock. Yeah. I was so happy with that. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you know, I basically said, okay, vendors, sellers, thank you so much. please come and help yourself to whatever you want on the table. Take it with you.
Yeah.
And like a little fantastic cosplaying gremlins,
Yes, absolutely.
they swooped in and just was like, mine, 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 mine.
Yeah.
So we
Excellent.
went there with 7 tubs of fabric that was measured out.
Yes.
We came home with 2.5, like 2 and like a tiny, tiny one.
So good.
So like, excellent. And we still have 3 bins of scrap fabric, but they're considerably lighter.
Yeah.
So I could probably put them into 2.
Yeah.
All the patterns went.
Yeah.
I'm so yes.
Thank
And
goodness.
I know, and all the bits and bobs.
Yeah.
We went with, I think, like 3 large like bags, containers, and then like 3 tontine.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my gosh, the tontine.
the tontine
Oh
went, yay!
God.
They all got sold, which
Yeah,
is amazing.
yeah.
But like we came back with, I think, only like one and a bit, like for the bits and bobs.
Yeah.
So I was super happy with all of that. That was amazing. And now I just have a little bit that I can get rid of, like, and it feels much more manageable.
Yeah.
So if you saw the last video,
Exactly. Yeah.
link up above,
There we go.
then you will know how much stuff I had in that room.
It was a lot of stuff.
It was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I was very glad that it's all gone to good homes and we were able to get a lot of donations for it. Let's talk about next year. We haven't talked about it yet.
Ooh.
So now, let's talk about next year. We actually haven't talked really about this off camera.
We're doing it live.
Doing it live. I mean, the general consensus, I don't know what you heard, but the general consensus that I heard from the vendors and the attendees was really positive.
Yeah.
And they wanted this to happen again.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a lot of people coming up to us throughout the day and at the end of the day saying, please do this again.
Yeah. So I think
It's been a very positive response.
yeah, I think the Perth crew are very much on board with this. I think that they, you know, they were going, yes, like, this was great. And it was a really good vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
something
it was
that was
lovely.
something that we were commenting yesterday. Was you know, in this location, there's Anime in the Valley that happens 3 times a year in Appen and Swan Settlers markets. And it's a very different vibe.
Yes.
Like, you've never been to one, but it's
No.
very like calm, orderly.
Yeah.
You know, you can generally hear yourself think. And like, you know, it's very, you know, everyone's very respectful. There's lots of artists and it's great. But like, the best way that I can describe it was chaos yesterday, in the sense that it was just so loud.
Yes.
And, you know, there was so much like just talking and expressing
Yes.
of love for cosplay.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
discussing, you know, people who were selling their cosplays talking about how they did certain things in their cosplays.
Yeah.
And, you know, people going, I can't believe you made this. And they're like, I made that 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Stop. You know, like it was,
Yeah.
you know,
it
there
was very lively, very friendly atmosphere. Yeah.
And so it was really, really positive. We had a number of vendors coming up and thanking us profusely, you know, for running this and giving them the opportunity, and attendees were lapping it up.
Yeah.
One of the vendors, bless them, they bought us donuts.
Oh.
Which I don't know if you got a
Too
donut.
sweet.
Did you get a donut?
I got a donut.
You got a donut too?
Yeah.
It was awesome. It
was
so good.
amazing.
Thank
They
you,
had a big thing
friends.
of donuts.
Thank you so much, friends.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
But yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
But like that was the vibe,
Yeah,
and it was awesome. So
we got the snail dogs.
You got the
free.
snail
They're
dogs
so
as well?
cute.
like, you know,
Amazing.
there was a lot of love.
Yeah.
And quite a number of the vendors were like, you do this again, we're here. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because we wouldn't run without the vendors showing up either.
100%.
And need them.
And Troy, bless him, he, you know, Play by Proxy obviously sponsored the event.
Yeah.
And Troy was an absolute champion, and he even said, you know, if we do it again, let's do it.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
it's like he's pretty much on board for next year as well, which you know goes a long way, because it means that, unlike in Brisbane, we were discussing this last night.
Yeah.
You know, with Troy's contribution, it means that we can charge the vendors a little bit less, but I think that's the same.
I think
in
the vendors
Brisbane.
are the same, but
But
the entry is
the entry
different.
is very different. So in Brisbane, what do you guys do?
The entry is $10, and half of that goes to charity and half of it goes to venue costs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you book in advance. You can buy on the day.
You can buy on the day.
But like you can buy a ticket in advance, which is good to know how many people are coming. We had no idea. I had fears, I had dreams that we would open the door and no one would come in.
Yeah.
But
it's good to know that a certain amount of people have paid will probably show up.
Yeah. So we may like play around with an idea of like a early open, pay a ticket in advance, just so that we have an idea of how many people are coming early.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, you know, $1 or $2 donation. Some people there was a few people who came in and literally gave like a $5 or $10 note for their person. They were like, yeah, no, that's fine. It's going to charity.
Exactly.
And I was like,
it was
thank
so
you.
nice.
Thank you so much. So yeah, that was really good. So I think, you know, touch wood. Let me sleep, but let me sleep for a little bit. But like, you know, I would be open to organising it again in Perth and having the Cosplay Market run in its sister state.
Yes.
Again.
Its Western cousin.
Its Western cousin. You know, in for next year, if you would let me.
Maybe I will.
I love that. Maybe. You heard it here. You heard it here. But no, I think
it's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's been good. And the shirts were a hit.
Yes.
The shirts were good fun.
Thanks, Troy, for the shirts.
Thanks, Troy, for the shirts as well.
Yay.
So, with dogs in hand, it is time for us to end this video and say thank you all very much for watching. If you came to the Cosplay Market in Perth, thank you very much for showing your support. We really, really appreciate it. In the comments, let us know, wherever you are in the world, would you like a cosplay market?
Yeah.
You know, maybe this is going to be an international thing, my friend. Can you imagine? Cosplay Market starts in Brisbane, ends up in Louisiana. I don't know, eh? Like, you know, you never know. You never know.
And if you are in Brisbane, we have a Cosplay Market coming up on August 9th in Sandgate. So please make it there.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're not in Brisbane, but you live in Queensland or, you know, even New South Wales.
Yeah, come on up.
Come on up. It's all good. Have some fun.
Fly over from Perth.
Oh, God. Yeah, right. With your flight issues that you've had to get here. My goodness, mate.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It's a good time. But yes, we will sign off. So thank you all very much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. From me, Nix, Lacey, and Taffeta.
And I'm stealing Taffeta.
No, you're not.
Thank you so much.
My baby!
Bye.
My baby! Give me back my baby! Bye!